Good evening and welcome to the picturesque Rajiv Gandhi Stadium, Aizawl, for the match between Aizawl FC and Churchill Brothers Football Club. And this is the first time that these two teams are playing against each other in this spectacular stadium. What a view, as you can see. This is Aizawl, and you can see the beautiful houses, the beautiful greenery, the beautiful tabletop stadium in Aizawl. It'll be hosting this very important match for both these teams, Aizawl FC and Churchill Brothers. And this is the Aizawl FC dressing room. Aizawl FC and Churchill Brothers have met each other 13 times before and 12 times in I-League. And we'll know what the coach has planned today. This is Aizawl Football Club, People's Club as it is called, very popular among the locals, and hopefully many people will come to watch their team play against Churchill Brothers.
Now we have the new team, okay, new FC. You will see the new Aizawl FC from today and you will get 3 points.
This is the dressing room of Churchill Brothers, is it? No, in fact, it's Aizawl FC. So, well, apologies early on. And in fact, I beg your pardon, it is the Red Machines, Churchill Brothers, who have arrived to the stadium as well. Of course, another important clash for them, and they are being managed by Francesc Caruncho. Well, obviously, this is going to be a critical clash because if Aizawl goes on to win this match... Well,
it's a game against a tough team. We are playing away in a good ground that for sure will be full of their fans. But we are confident we came in a good straight and we think that we can achieve the 3 points from here also.
So the two teams warming up for this very important clash. And those are the two coaches with their comments for this match, and they have their plans. And this is the team, the Aizawl FC team, and they are ready to go. Aizawl FC have an edge over Churchill Brothers. If we go through the clashes before, they played 13 matches. Aizawl FC have won 5 times. Churchill Brothers have won 4 times, and 4 matches were drawn. And if we concentrate on I-League only, then it's all square because they played 12 times in I-League. Aizawl won 4, Churchill Brothers won 4, and 4 matches were drawn. So this is the floodlit Aizawl Stadium, Rajiv Gandhi Stadium, and we await some more spectators as well. And in the commentary box, along with me, Niladri Sen, I have Rohit. And, well, Rohit, we hope Aizawl FC will get some more home support in this very important clash. And as far as the records are concerned, if we go through the last 5 matches, well, Churchill Brothers have an edge. They have won 2. Aizawl FC haven't won any match in the last 5 encounters, and 3 matches were drawn.
Firstly, thank you so much, Niladri, and certainly a very good evening to all the spectators. Of course, Aizawl FC, given the fact that this contest is in their backyard, it goes without saying that they will be expecting some home support. And talking about Aizawl's form, I think it's certainly alarming. In the last 10 matches, they have not won a single game, which goes without saying that they will need to improve that record. And particularly in the last 5 matches, they have lost 4 of their encounters, which is pretty alarming for them. Something somewhere is going wrong. It's not that Aizawl FC started this tournament on a very sloppy note. They started on a fighting note. They were doing a decent job until the midway mark, but then suddenly they started losing steam, and now they are ailing at the rock bottom. I wouldn't say in the rock bottom, of course. They have a couple of teams beneath them, but then being at number 11 isn't exactly very promising enough. Talking about Churchill brothers, however, they pulled off an incredible watershed in the last game. They were 2-0 down against Trinity Deccan, and from there they went on to fire back 2 goals to restore parity and walk away with a very remarkable draw. So with that being said, I think this contest is certainly going by the current form. It's of polarizing stature. But then in football, when you take the yard, it all begins from the scratch. So what has happened in the past, what can happen in the future, none of it matters.
Yes, of course, the team which plays well on the given day win, and that's how football goes. And Aizawl FC, as Rohit was saying, didn't really play very well, but they didn't lose by a big margin. As we have seen in the last 5 matches, the margin of defeat was only of 1 goal. They went down to Real Kashmir 0-1, went down to Shillong Lajong 1-2, and then they scored 3 goals against Gokulam Kerala, but conceded 4. And they scored 4 goals against Intakashi, but conceded 5. And on the other hand, as Rohit was saying, in Churchill, as far as Churchill brothers are concerned, they pulled up an incredible win against Trinity Deccan, and they were trailing by a couple of goals. And then they scored 2. Stanley Fernandez scored 1, and Gogo another 1.
As the 2 teams step out into the center, of course, we can see the fans now flocking out the stands. Not exactly a chock-a-block display that we would usually expect when the caravan shifts to the hills. But then again, with that being said, all these fans, we are all aware of the fact, the kind of atmosphere, the kind of ambience that they are capable of creating. Aizawl certainly will like to arrest their decline. They aren't decided too keen on too many foreigners. One big name, of course, is Ivan Maric, the Serbian defender. Let's see, it looks like, yes, he's taken the yard. Will quickly confirm the playing 11 as well. For Churchill brothers, though, they will like to replicate what they pulled off in the last game.
Yes, and that was a draw. That was a thrilling match. They went down in the first half by 2 goals and then came back remarkably well. They scored 1 on the 83rd minute and the second on the 89th minute. And they almost drew the match against Mohammedan Sporting, but they lost narrowly by a goal. 2-3 was the result against Churchill brothers, and 3-2 was the score against Neroka in the match before that. So both the teams are ready, and they are gathered for the customary group photograph, and the officials are ready as well. Sherul Islam is a referee, Shubrata Kumar Purohit and Pradipta Kumar Naik are the 2 assistant referees, and Dipu Roy is the 4th official.
The 2 captains, Kim Kima leading Aizawl FC, a very big name in Indian football, and rallying the troops. For Churchill brothers, will quickly confirm it is the Uruguayan striker, midfielder as well, you can say, that is Martin Nicolas Chavez Garcia, or Martin Chavez is dotingly called. That's a starting lineup for the People's Club. Fernandez under the sticks, Felkima, Kim Kima, Ivan and Danmoya in the defense. In the midfield, Ramsanga, Chinza and Mafela, and leading the attacking unit is Tarpuya, Rinzwala and Biateka.
And they're up against Churchill brothers, and there is a change there. Below the bar, there will be Bilal Khan and not Subhashishwara Chaudhary. Gogo, Sebastian, Nischal and Ralte will be manning the defense, and Emmanuel, Stanley Fernandez, Rahul Raju and Omoma will be in the midfield. Abdul Karim Sam and Martin Chavez will be leading from the front in the attacking third.
So a clash of number 9 and number 11. But the magical thing is, if Aizawl goes on to win this fixture, and if they are able to win by a difference of 2 goals, they will have an outside chance of leapfrogging Churchill brothers in the points table. But then again, a 1-goal victory won't be enough, because the goal difference for Churchill brothers is +2. The goal difference for Aizawl FC is -1. And this man, Nishchal Chandan, what a force he has been in the heart of Churchill. And of course, he's been circling the echelons of Indian football for a while. On your frame, attacking from the left to right in their away jersey. In that menacing black is what we can say are the mean machines, the mean red machines from Goa, Churchill brothers. And on your frame from the right to the left, the home side, the People's Club, and most importantly, a menace in their own fortress, Aizawl FC. And off we go here at the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium.
So Aizawl FC playing in red, and the red machines are playing against the red jersey, and they are wearing black. The Churchill Brothers Football Club. As the ball comes to Kim Kima, and Nora Fernandez gets his first touch for Kima.
It's going to be important how these two teams start this fixture. A lot will rely, because Churchill Brothers, one of the best parts about them in this season is their ability to fight back. And knowing Churchill Brothers, knowing their history, they have been a team that has always fought back. That is incredible. I think with that spirit, they have been keeping alive that that fighting metal is what we call it. Because in football, till the time the final whistle goes, nothing is decided, nothing is certain. Anything can happen. We have seen matches turn in the span of what, the last 2 minutes? That's a lovely run here from Aizawl FC, trying to cut in from the right.
Bofella with the ball that is overlapping Dunmawaya. Dunmawaya gets the ball back, goes for that cross, and that's obstructed. And that was in fact Silo. Dunmawaya with the throw in. Back to Dunmawaya, but the ball goes out of play, and that will be a throw in. Or rather, the ball goes over the goal line. So the first corner of the match. Or is it a throw in? In fact, it's a throw in. Then Mawaya once again with the throw in. He finds Mofela. Will he cross? The cross comes in. And he's appealing for a corner, but not given. Goal kick, says the referee.
That's some early pressure here from Aizawl FC. Of course, playing at home gives them a certain advantage, but then again, the kind of crowd that we are used to, we aren't really seeing that. And the man who is now managing Churchill Brothers, Francesco Monet Caruncho, of course, he will like his team to pull off something similar what they did in the last game in the backyard of the Deccan Warriors. But today, it's something different. Today, the conditions are slightly different. It isn't exactly hot and humid, because knowing the temperature, knowing the climate of Aizawl, it's on a more pleasant side. But then again, given the fact that this is a high altitude ground, of course, playing that free-flowing brand of football, playing with that similar stamina and work rate isn't exactly easy till the very end. So Churchill will have to maneuver their pieces very carefully. Nishchal Chandan sends it further forward, hoping for someone to latch onto it. There were a couple of players. Abdul Karim Sam was certainly on the chase, so was Stanley Fernandez, but eventually it goes all the way back to their own half.
And Abdul Karim Sam has scored a hat-trick against Niroka, so he is in form, and that will help him boost his confidence a lot. And Martin Chavez, of course, is another man who will be there to score. He has already scored 4 goals, and that was a move from the left. Ralte going in that overlap. So both the left full backs of both the teams are going in overlaps in the early minutes of the match, as Nishchal Chandan is known for his long throw-ins as the Churchill Brothers coach, trying to marshal his troops, as Nishchal Chandan goes a long way, takes a long run-up, almost a run-up of a Shoaib Akhtar of cricket, In comes Nischal with the throw inside the penalty box. Headed away, and finally Ramsanga clears it. So we have seen a few such long throw-ins in I-League. Different teams have different players. Ramsanga goes for the ball, but the ball goes to Bilal Khan. No problem for this man. He's in the first 11 instead of the experienced Subhashishwara Chaudhary.
Yes, Niladri, of course, talking about long throws, two particular names that would come to our mind. One of them is that of Mohammad Hamad of Real Kashmir. He's done a phenomenal job with the long throws. We'll get back to that though. Churchill has a chance, a long ranger attempted there from distance. However, that wasn't exactly goal bound there. It was Kofi Essien who was trying to test the opposition goalkeeper with a possible torpedo from range, but then again that was certainly off the radar. And yeah, talking about long throws, of course, Mohammad Ahmad, the skipper of Real Kashmir, has done a phenomenal job. Balwant Singh has also done a great job for Delhi FC in terms of long throws, but that one from Chandan, I think it goes without a saying. He was preparing for takeoff altogether. Despite that long run up though, the throw was pretty tame, to be honest. He didn't really find any player that he was hoping to. Now the ball's back with Aizawl as they build from the back.
So Martin, and this is a chance there. That was a shot from distance from the Kareem. And now the shot comes in, but off target. It's no problem for this man. Fernandez. Noah Fernandez, one Noah Fernandez, one Stanley Fernandez, one projects a goal, while the other scores goals, and he's already scored 4 goals. Stanley Fernandez of Churchill brothers. This one, however, is the keeper of Aizawl FC. Noah Fernandez.
Nora has been pretty brilliant, to be honest, under the sticks, but then again, as they say that football is a team game, you will need your defense also to be pretty integrated, also to be pretty solid. Your goalkeeper, no matter how good he is, eventually, if your defense is not all right, I think it tends to be pretty leaky. And we have seen that time and time again. We have seen greats of the game under the sticks doing phenomenal jobs for their clubs. However, has faltered at the international stages just because they didn't have a proper defense to back them up. So yes, of course, at the end of the day, it's a team game. All the 11 players will have to come together, make a unit, and then accordingly start firing on cylinders.
Yes, of course, and that has been the problem for Aizawl FC. They have conceded too many goals already in this season of I-League. 19 matches they played, they scored 31 times, but they conceded 32 times. And their home performance hasn't been that good as well. Out of 9 matches, they've won only 1 and drew 4, lost 4, and they've conceded 15 goals for playing in this particular stadium and scored only 8.
That's an attempt there from Aizawl FC to try and find a few numbers out there. Came a long way down. Did well actually to control that possession. Kim Kima sends it all the way back to Nora Fernandez. Fernandez taking his time, sends it back to Kim Kima once again. Churchill at the moment, they aren't really pressing, but then we know after that half time they can be very menacing, like the way we saw them in the last game. Once they were 2 goals down, the second half they started pressing, they started going out all blasters blazing, and eventually that was that high press attack, that was the constant, the relentless salvo that they were able to procure that got them the 2 goals, 2 late goals, restoring parity for them in the opposition's den there.
Yes, of course, and we have seen a few matches where good fight backs have been seen by teams. Aizawl FC definitely has Lalrin Sewala. If he is in form, he has the ability to score. Is Emmanuel passing it back to Nischal Chandan. Ralte. Stanley Fernandez is the man who can score goals and who can also create situations where his team can score goals. Silo. So they're changing flanks. Churchill brothers trying to slow down the proceedings. We have seen Aizawl FC getting the better of the exchanges in the first few minutes, and now Churchill brothers trying to possess the ball as Gogo with that attempted cross.
Here comes Churchill now. And now a nice chip into the box, but once again the towering Serbian defender stands tall there, Ivan Maric. He's had a good start to the season, but then again, like Aizawl FC, midway in the season he started losing steam and went a bit sloppy. Cost his team dearly with a few errors. But then again, a player of his stature, a player of his caliber. You see, in football, the thing is, one particular season can be bad, one particular season can be modest or mediocre, but you cannot really judge someone of his caliber with that one particular season.
Yes, of course, and any time any player can come back and restore form, as we always use that phrase, that form is temporary and class is permanent, as Rahul Raju gets the ball. At the moment, Churchill brothers are controlling the midfield, they're possessing the ball. But once again, that tall central defender for Aizawl FC, Ivan Maric, managing to block there and get a goal kick for his team. Kim Kima, the man from Mizoram, is a local boy and he knows a thing or two about this venue. Losing out cheaply. Fernandez. Stanley Fernandez now. Tries to find Ralte. The ball goes out to play and that will be thrown in favour of Aizawl FC.
All the way back to Nora Fernandez now. Nora Fernandez will take his time there, plays it all the way to Kim Kima. Onto the far left. That's a lovely cheeky back flick, but possession has been conceded. However, lovely snatch there from Kim Kima once again. That's what experience does to you. He's a seasoned campaigner. He's an old warhorse, and he knows every blade of grass out here on this turf. He's been here for a while. He's been playing in Indian football for a while and has played for bigger clubs as well. Knows how to take pressure, knows how to sustain it, and most importantly, rallies the troops significantly well.
Yes, he has played all over the country. He's played for Royal Wahindo in Aizawl, and then moved to Delhi Dynamos, played for Mumbai City, played for Mohan Bagan as well, winning the Kolkata Football League in 2018-19, and then Real Kashmir. So he has a lot of experience, Kim Kima. Mofela now. Then Moaya. Will he cross? Yes, that's a decent cross. There's been his two red shirts going for that header, but Aizawl FC will get a corner. The first corner of the match going Aizawl's way. Can Aizawl FC change the scoreline from this corner kick?
Pressure. They were under constant pressure, like you pointed out. Churchill was dominating the midfield. They were not really able to get out of their own half. This, however, will possibly be a doorway for the People's Club to try and sneak their noses ahead. Chips it into the box. Quite a long corner there. Referee's blown the whistle as well. A bit of push in the box, and the referee says it's going to be a free kick in favor of the visitors.
So that is a central defender, Ivan Maric, trying to make the most of his height, going for that header, but much ado about nothing ultimately for Aizawl FC, as Ramsanga's corner finding no positive result. Nischil Chandan. Abdul Karim going for the ball. Abdul Karim has scored 4 goals, and out of the 4, in one match he has scored all the 3 goals. He has scored hat-trick against Neroka.
Well, Abdul Karim Samb, again, when he started this year's I-League, missed on quite a few chances. Could have actually scored quite a lot of goals, but then there was a change in clubs. And since then, Abdul Karim Samb, he's been pretty decent. The most important part about his residence in the attacking force of Churchill Brothers is that they aren't really using him as someone who can drop back, someone who can take that additional bit of work rate. They are using him as a solitary predator in the box. So every single time, given the fact that he's tall, he's got a very burly stature, they are feeding him the balls. And once you feed Abdul Karim Samb the ball there in the box, he can be very, very menacing. And I think that is where Churchill Brothers are making good use of this striker who has had so far of a modest tournament until that late burst. Churchill coming in all the way from the left, tries to play that forward ball, but there was no run following up. Eventually it's going to be a goal kick in favor of Aizawl FC.
Here's the first time he scored a goal was against Trinity Deccan. That was in the first match against the Deccan club. And he scored one for a losing cause though. And now Aizawl FC going for the attack, but that is Stanley Fernandez getting the ball. Once again, the man who we are talking about, Abdul Karim Samb, the man from Senegal, not able to control, and is conceded a free kick as well. Sebastian, Rahul Raju goes for a forward pass, but Aizawl FC gets possession of the ball. But that quick counter-attack finding no result either. And the ball falls to Sebastian. It was a good ball in fact, and now it's Nischal Chandan. He has a lot of confidence, Nischal. Once again showing that, going for that charge, and has injured himself though. Hope his injury is not very serious, but he's reeling in pain at the moment.
I reckon that was a free swing, yes. That was certainly unintentional there. Not much from Lalrin Fella. He was just going for the ball there, and I think it's that follow-through that must have connected. And yes, when you get hurt on the shin bone, despite the shin guard there, to be very honest, it can be very agonizing. And again, no love lost between the two players. And it's going to be a throw-in at the moment for Aizawl. They will certainly like to get that first goal. Of course, both the teams will be persistent in the fact that they will like to get their noses ahead in this clash. Once again, Nischal Chandan back and roaring. Another throw-in here for the hosts. Looking to find an opening, looking to find that bit of space that will allow. That's a lovely bit of snatch there. And now Churchill Brothers, they are on their way for a counter. But they weren't fast enough, to be honest. It was SEN in all likelihood who was denied in his tracks.
Yes, that was Emmanuel SEN, the man from Ghana, trying to pair well with Abdul Karim. And this is Emmanuel once again losing out. Mawaya. Back to Mawaya to Kim Kima, and Kim Kima doesn't take any risk. He passes it back to the keeper.
Aizawl now trying to make good use of the possession. However, Churchill does well, but only for a second. But good recovery, to be honest. And that's another long ball. The target, of course, is Karim Samb. But then it was a bit too far away, and Aizawl now has the possession back. They've given that away very cheaply though. I think they just need to be a bit more calm, a bit more composed, just because they have Churchill players surrounding them. They just can't give away the ball because they have the capability of playing it on the ground, of creating those passes. But if you are rushing through with the pass, I think the more you rush, is, the more prone you are to mistake. You allow your opposition to create that pressure on you.
Yes, of course, and now up to Karim Sam trying to put some pressure on the central defender of Aizawl FC, the Serbian Ivan Maric, but he's unperturbed. Here he is with the ball, and Churchill brothers need to put some more pressure, need to press. We have seen a good phase for Churchill brothers, but now once again Aizawl FC are controlling things. We haven't seen much of Martin Chavez so far. And that's an unforced error, conceding a throw-in. These errors can be costly at times. Kim Kima, experienced defender for Aizawl FC, and now it's Gogo with the throw-in. And Churchill brothers take advantage of that error. Gogo. Martin Chavez now. Well, I just said we haven't seen much of Chavez. Now he is in the thick of things.
One thing for Churchill brothers is, if you take a look at their midfield, they've been very well placed. They have been very well orchestrated. This can be a lovely crossing chance. The cross does comes in, but he was a bit too late there. One particular thing, as I was talking about Churchill brothers, is their midfield has been sensational. One thing that can change, that can bring that predatory instinct up front, is if Karim Samb and Martin Chavez, they start linking a bit more. I think there's a bit of gap between them, and that gap is allowing Aizawl FC to have the possession back at their feet, despite Churchill calling the shots right now. So maybe a bit more communication, a bit more understanding and chemistry between the two, with a bit of help from Essien as well. I think that can change the complexion of the game.
So Stanley Fernandez passing it back to Nischal Chandan. Sebastian. Gogo. Back to Stanley. Churchill brothers controlling the midfield, as I have already said, but they're not playing well up front in the attacking third. In comes the pass. And Martin Chavez this time with a decent cross, and well saved by the keeper though. So a bit of action in the Aizawl goal mouth, and now end-to-end stuff here. Danmawaya, can he go past Sebastian? No. The referee blows his whistle. That was a push, and Sebastian will win a free kick. So all of a sudden the pace increased, and that's what we want to see, end-to-end football.
And both the defenses did well in the first place. It was Nora Fernandez protecting the fortress of Aizawl FC. And then once Aizawl started pressing, I would say that was also some great defending there from Churchill brothers. So all-round football, all-round brilliance, and something for the sore eyes. Nischal Chandan now plays it to the far left, taking their time, taking their space. Essien on the ball, does well to cut back in. Intended for the far right. Eventually finds his man there. However, takes a deflection along the way. It's going to be a corner here for the visitors. A nice run from Lalampuya Silo.
So a corner for Churchill brothers this time. Can Churchill take advantage of the set piece? And let me see some variation. Or will that be a cross? An in-swinger, it seems. From Sebastian, in comes the cross, and that was a decent cross. Very well headed, but luck not going in favor of Churchill brothers. The ball kissing the crossbar.
Ominous signs here, absolutely ominous signs for the hosts. That could have been the first goal of the evening. And this is where Aizawl FC needs to be very, very careful. It looks like Nora Fernandez must have copped a blow. And it was Stanley Fernandez. We'll try and show you the replay. We'll try and pick up that how it all went forward. And this is why they say those in-swinging corners, they are really dangerous. But at the moment, Nora Fernandez, let's just hope that he's all right. Ivan Maric, he's getting back on his feet, which means he's okay. And so is Nora Fernandez as well. But what an opportunity that was.
Yes, and the rub of the green going Aizawl's way this time. Very lucky indeed, the host, not conceding that goal. A few inches below would have changed his goal line. If we can just have a look at the replay, then we can show how close it was. But at the moment, it's a live action as Nora Fernandez gets back to his feet, and the match resumes after that goal-bound action. Well, Rohit, it's interesting to see the clash between these two teams in the past. Well, as I said earlier, that 13 matches were played between these two teams. 12 times they played each other in I-League, and Aizawl FC won 5 out of the 13. Churchill brothers won 4. We'll come to that as Martin Chavez now gets some space in front. Yes, Kim Kema in front. That's well done, Martin Chavez. That's a decent pass, but the control was not there. But Churchill brothers will still possess the ball as Emmanuel can't control. So the ball rolls over the goal line, and that'll be a goal kick for Aizawl FC. So I was coming to that record, Rohit. Well, Churchill brothers won against Aizawl only on the 5th time they met each other. But before that, Aizawl FC won the first 4 matches. So that's an interesting thing. But in the last 5 matches, Aizawl FC won nothing. Churchill brothers won twice, and 3 matches were drawn.
In fact, just adding, it was the last 6 matches rather. So 2 wins and 4 draws for Churchill brothers. And I think, again, it all boils down to the kind of form at the moment that Aizawl FC has been in the midst of. If you take a look at their history, I think they have done a phenomenal job from when they started, and once they started taking the strides in the I-League. But once they were back, once they were in the last few years, if you take a closer look, I think despite the fact that there have been isolated bursts of brilliance, when you talk about consistency, it has been a major concern. And similarly, the shadow of that ill-orchestrated consistency has fallen. That's another long ball. The target was Nishchal Chandan. Look at where he has stepped up from being a central defender. He's right now in the opposition box trying to make good use of his height. Churchill brothers on the ball. That's another lofted delivery, and which looks haywire rather. It will eventually elude everyone in the process, resulting in a goal kick. And now as every minute passes, we can see the crowds are growing in number. Initially, it was not a very promising sight in terms of the audience, but then knowing the football fans, and I think that was a good run. But he was a bit too fast to be contained, so he had to be brought down.
Yes, that was a decent run there from Dan Mawaya. He has been very active in that left flank. Look at that. Lovely run. But then he was brought down, and Aizawl FC won a free kick with that. Well, that particular phase in 2017-18 went in favor of Aizawl FC whenever these two teams met each other. Remember, in 2016-17, Aizawl FC were the champions in I-League. Meanwhile, here comes Aizawl FC. That's a shot, and that's a goal. So the first goal coming for Aizawl FC, and the first goal has been scored by none other than Lalrin Zuala, who scores his 14th goal of the season.
Incredible free-flowing display and a brilliant example of team goal. What a sensational run there from the left, and look at how he spotted this run, and he was nutmegged there. It was through the gates of Sebastian and then wonderfully set up for Lalrinzuala, and Lalrinzuala, a marksman in the box, he doesn't miss as many. And look at this finish, cool, calm, composed, placed to perfection. Bilal Khan, a mere spectator under the stakes there.
Yes, and credit has to be given to Danmawaya as well, who I just said a couple of minutes back is playing very well down that left, and look at that run, and what a lovely pass that was. But Lalrinzuala, who knows a thing or two about scoring goals, knows how to place, where to be in the right time. So that is really the quality of a striker. So ball possession, Churchill brothers still ahead, marginally though, with 52% of possession. But ball possession doesn't really count if you concede goals. And Aizawl FC at the moment going all guns blazing.
Well, the goal has certainly acted as a catalyst. It has galvanized the hosts into action. And since the goal, they are seeing a lot more of the possession. They are keeping control of the possession, keeping a calm head around their shoulders, and eventually knocking on the doors of the opposition. Look at how Aizawl is now very insidiously, very subtly coming firing on all cylinders. Keeps the ball under control there, looking for a bit of space there, plays it onto the far left. Received in time. Once again, Danmoia sends it into the box. Has been repelled. The ball's fallen back for Aizawl. Can they get another shot on goal from range? That's a brilliant ball and a bit of a over touch there. A bit of a powerful first touch. Kind of worked against the run of the hosts.
Yes, at the moment, Aizawl FC are controlling the proceedings, and they're also making most of the pitch. The changing flanks. At the moment, they need to defend though. There's Ralte with a quick run from the left. There is Mofela in front. Rahul Raji. Can Churchill brothers bounce back? We've already seen half an hour of action at the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium in Aizawl. The host team at the moment are up. Courtesy, a lovely goal from Lalrinzuala. Go now. Goes all by himself. Decent run, decent cross, and this can be dangerous. Oh my goodness me. Abdul Karim Sam. What a miss. What a chance he got. Just a tap would have done the trick for Churchill brothers.
Comedy of errors is what we can call it, because in the first place, the ball should not have come to Karim Samb at all. Maric should have cleared that because he was certainly in front of the ball, and then he went on to miss it. He misjudged the line of the ball, and then Karim Samb, what a gilt-edged opportunity. All he needed to do was just get a connection, get the slenderest of connections with the ball, and that would have trickled into the back of the net. Somehow or the other it didn't go in, somehow or the other it eluded both the players there, and that is why Nora Fernandez looked pretty furious at that point in time, because when you are there at point blank range, you cannot just afford to miss there. Once again, Ivan Maric not really looking comfortable here, almost gave away possession a bit too cheaply, but then a good recovery there from Aizawl FC. And now Aizawl comes knocking on the doors again. That's another through ball attempted, but very well read and intercepted. Can Aizawl keep the ball at their feet? No, they can't. They'll go out for a throw-in.
So the pace going up, that's what we all would like to see. Some brisk runs, some good attacks, and some good counter-attacks. End-to-end stuff. At the moment, it's Churchill brothers now trying to restore parity in the match. This is Nishchal Chandan, Stanley Fernandez. Can Churchill brothers score one back before half-time? 11 minutes of regulation time left before the breather. Silo. Square pass there. This is Sebastian now. The Churchill brothers are playing so many passes among themselves, but finally, look at that once again. They're not able to finish off things. They're not able to control in the attacking third. Very well defended there by Aizawl FC.
Another long ball intercepted there, but possession has been claimed by the People's Club, and now they come forward knocking on the doors. And I think he kept the ball a bit too long at his feet there, but does well actually. And that's a nice, good-looking release. And that should be a clip in front of the referee's very eyes. Quickly realizing the mistake there, Nishchal Chandan just setting himself up at the moment. It was Aizawl showcasing his bag of tricks there. Another opportunity for Aizawl FC to try and get themselves that second goal, get themselves that insurance strike that can give them a bit of breathing space. Look at this run once again. Brilliantly done. A lovely release just in the nick of time by Mafela there. And then that clip from back as Aizawl went down, biting the grass.
So now, a chance for Aizawl FC to double their lead. Mafela is there, so is Ramsanga. And Danmawaya, the man who assisted in the first goal, or the only goal so far, is there as well, who will be taking this free kick. Mafela. And finally Danmawaya with a shot. But finally the shot was too weak. And Kim Kima going for that ball, but he was a bit slow. So no problems this time for Bilal Khan. The score remains Aizawl FC 1, Churchill Brothers 0.
Well, you've got to praise Bilal Khan there. That's a foul. Martin Chavez, he's certainly not happy. There was a bit of push. He's saying that, all right, that wasn't exactly the meaty nudge from the back. The referee has stopped play for a while. We'll have to wait and watch it. It's somebody tumbled there. It looks like Nora Fernandez has again gone down. That's a long ball. I think there was a bit of contact, but I wouldn't say that it wasn't influential or it wasn't salient enough to bring down Lal Felkima. But Nora Fernandez, he copped a blow onto his stomach a few moments ago while trying to collect the ball. He's again gone down, and he wasn't even in the frame as well. These are alarming signs here for Aizawl FC.
And Martin Chavez is still trying to explain a thing or two to the referee, and is very animated. And the referee seems to be very calm. And he's still carrying on the conversation. Not a very good idea. Martin Chavez, I believe he's more fluent and more comfortable playing on the left flank. Today, Emmanuel is playing on the left flank. Martin Chavez is playing in the middle and towards the right. We haven't seen Martin Chavez at his top form today. A bit of frustration showing there for Chavez as he was pulled up by the referee. Meanwhile, action in the Churchill half once again. Ramsanga.
Another opportunity for them, another bit of space being created, and now a bit of high press there from Abdul Karim Samp. But well done by Aizawl FC, kept the possession at their feet, and now they come slowly and steadily. Once again was hoping that this through ball will find its desired target, but it was not to be. Plays it all the way back to Bilal Khan. Bilal Khan, he's stepping in the massive boots of the seasoned Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary. So of course, he will have to play a critical role if Churchill Brothers are to walk away with points. But at the moment, though, they are trailing. So in the first place, if points are to be logged in the opposition's den, they will have to score a goal. Aizawl, though, after the goal, they are a completely reformed, revamped and an updated side. And they are looking a lot more menacing than their counterparts in black. Here they comes knocking on the doors once again. Now to the central channel. A bit of frown there for Francis Caruncho. Now all the way from the left.
So that's done Nawaya again to Ramsanga. Mafela to Ramsanga now. It's all Aizawl FC at the moment. That was Kim Kima losing out this time though. And Stanley Fernandez. Sebastian. Look at the pressure from Lalrin Zuala. He's a real find in this season. Lalrin Zuala scoring as many as 14 goals. 13 before the match started. 14 at the moment. Will he score some more in this match? Well, it's nice to see Indian players scoring, as Martin Chavez now in his customary left is much more effective, I believe, playing in the left as Rahul Raju finds Sebastian. A long ball to Emmanuel. Once again, Emmanuel not able to find anyone with a black shirt.
It's going to be an interesting move. They've got the likes of Richard Costa and Ogana on their bench. Now possibly Richard Costa can be slotted into the mix. Now he can play in that central channel that will allow Martin Chavez to move to that signature left of his, from where he can operate a lot more efficiently, where he can operate a lot more fluently. But at the moment, Francis Caruncho believes that Emmanuel Kofi Essien, the Ghanaian midfielder, should be the man to pull the strings. We'll see at the halfway mark whether he decides to make any changes. That's another ball sent downtown. Who wins it? That will be a question mark. Eventually it's Churchill brothers who gets hold of possession. Again, not too cleanly done. This can be an opportunity for them. A bit tough though. Abdul Karim Sam, he was serenaded not by one but almost two defenders. Eventually conceded possession. Looks like he's got a free kick for his team, and a free kick from a decent juncture. You cannot really use this kind of range to play it big. It has been taken quickly. Coming in all the way from the right. There comes the cross. Nora Fernandez under the pump. Somehow keeps it away from the encroaching invasion of Churchill brothers.
So Churchill brothers are trying everything to score that equalizer. Only about, look at that once again. Go with that decent cross. And then as many as two players with the black shirt inside that penalty box. In fact, Abdul Karim was inside the 6-yard box and did not really get a touch. Abdul Karim, in fact, missed a golden opportunity a few minutes back. Could easily have been 1-1. But that was not to be, so the score still reads Aizawl FC 1, Churchill Brothers 0. And we are about a couple of minutes away from the breather. Maybe the fourth official will be adding a few more minutes as the Serbian Ivan Maric does well. And the ball falls to Ramsanga. Not the best of passes.
Throw in quickly taken by Martin Chavez. Keeping the ball at his feet there.
A few minutes back we saw ball possession in favor of Churchill Brothers, 52-48. Now it's 51 in favor of Aizawl FC. And after they scored that goal, they seem to be much more effective in the entire pitch. They're defending well, they're attacking well, they're passing, and they're possessing the ball as well.
I think, you know, when you score goals, you start getting a lot more grip on the game. You start feeling a lot more confident, and then you start pulling things that eventually look slightly difficult, slightly so. I think that's the magic of goals. That's how it kind of changes, uplifts the game there. Once again, Aizawl sniffing out an opportunity, but that has been intercepted there. Does well, Churchill, to keep the ball at their feet. It was Essien once again. However, didn't really do well, I would say, because he had a bit of space ahead of him. Now it's gone to the far left. That's a lovely bit of run and wanted to play a bit of one-touch football there. Wanted to flick that into the stride of a dangerous-looking Martin Chavez.
Well, Rohit, that was what I was saying. Martin Chavez is very effective to the left, and he has shown that exactly. Whenever he gets a ball in that left channel, he is much more effective. Martin Chavez still not happy with the decision of the referee, as a free kick has been awarded, it seems, to Aizawl FC. So now, with Martin Chavez operating from the left, can Churchill brothers score that equaliser before the breather? A goal before half-time changes the entire complexion in terms of confidence, at least. Well, you go to the dressing room scoring a goal, that makes a huge difference. That boosts the morale of the team. At the moment, Aizawl FC will be playing for the break.
More importantly, I think it also changes the entire strategy that the teams are supposed to come out. I mean, the coach is preparing for some kind of a pep talk out in the dressing room. When you score a goal there, the entire strategy shifts. 3 minutes of additional time has been awarded. Quite a few stoppages, to be honest. And that wasn't the best of deliveries that you would see there. Once again, confidence is good, but complacency, that can cost you dearly. And I think Churchill brothers a few moments ago, like the way they were dominating the midfield, I think they got a bit too complacent with them. That's a poor giveaway from Nishal Chandan. And here's another lovely forward ball, slightly overpowered there. Allowed Bilal Khan to step out of his line and wrap his gloves around the ball.
So you never know. We are talking about the equaliser. Aizawl FC have the capability of doubling the lead as well before the breather. As another ball comes in. And this is Biakdika. Biakdika now controlling. Sebastian is in front of him. And it's a goal kick, so no problem for Churchill brothers this time with this attack from the left. Biakdika and Danmawaya doing pretty well through the left, and we have seen more attacks from the left from this team. Biakdika again. He finds Chingza. And it's back to the keeper. Ivan Muric. Mofela.
Aizawl now trying to find from the wings there, trying to get inside from the wings. Final minute of that first half remaining. That's another good looking through ball. Can he eventually send it further forward? That's a good looking run, but then could have done better. The first touch, a bit of a letdown. And a good recovery there. Karim Sam, he's dropped deep there, coming to the assistance of his team's defense, and that should be a free kick and awarded as well.
So perhaps the last bit of action before half-time. Now, this is Ralte. He needs to put the ball in the opposition penalty box. He can't afford to waste time like that. In comes the ball inside the penalty box. Easily brought out, and that's enough for Aizawl FC to keep Churchill brothers at bay before half-time break. And here we are. The half-time score reads Aizawl FC 1, Churchill brothers 0. And this is the man who made the difference, and these are the stats. Ball possession wise, Aizawl FC at the moment have peeped forward 53% to 47, shots 2 to 3, target shots on target 2 for Aizawl FC, 1 for Churchill brothers. Fouls, Aizawl FC are ahead 8-5, corners 1 each, and no yellow cards so far, so the match has been neatly played by both the teams.
Yes, they fought well. It's not that Churchill well. A couple of shots there from Aizawl FC. Danmoia finding the assist. Took a long range and it was Rinzuwala with that glorious strike, eventually getting their noses ahead. And Churchill brothers had 3 shots. Stanley with 2 of them. Gogo had a crack at the goal from range.
Well, that's technically what you call a beauty shot, and it's really beautiful because the lights on the other hill are illuminating, and that's a beautiful view, I can tell you. Well, fouls, Aizawl FC have committed as many as 8. Did Mawaya 2, Ramsanga 2, Biaktia 1, Kima 1. And this is the shot I was talking about, Rohit. Beautiful. Well, we're talking about fouls, though. Not so beautiful things in football. But there haven't been many. 5 for Churchill Brothers, 8 for Aizawl FC. So this is the halftime score then. 1-0 in favour of the host team. And we'll quickly get you the highlights of the first 45 minutes.
Played well, to be honest, both the teams. It's just that for Churchill Brothers, they couldn't find the back of the net. They came close. Abdul Karim Sam almost from point blank range, didn't quite connect. That was a lovely ball to start proceedings, but then there was a collision of heads, eventually resulting in a corner. And then Churchill Brothers knocking on the doors as well. Nora Fernandez putting up a critical save there. And then this corner, a lovely jump there, unfortunately rattling the back of the post. From initial perspective, it looked like it's rattled the woodwork, but it didn't. But then again, I think football is all about a game of those finest margins. And then Danmoia coming up with that brilliant run, setting up Rinzuwala with that finish, and Rinzuwala smashing it onto the inside of the post before the ball imbricated itself into the back of the net. From there, Aizawl looked a lot more dangerous. They were finding the chances, finding the gaps, but this run, I think it's equally brilliant like the goal there. Bilal Khan, he was not really hoping that the ball would possibly be getting into the back of the net. He thought that the ball would take that outside trajectory, get out of bounds. But after a run like that, after a bit of footwork like that, if you go on to miss a chance, that is deemed as criminal. And this was the chance that we were talking about. Ivan Maric made a hash of affairs. Abdul Karim Sam mistimed that stretch of his, resulting in a poor miss. And this one, taking a deflection from the free kick, but Bilal Khan, he had his eyes on the ball, didn't really make a hash of affairs. This was another critical chance. Nora Fernandez couldn't really collect that cleanly. Should have been a direct grip. Unfortunately, it was spilled and the chance was squandered as well. And with that, we came to the end of the first half. As things stand, Aizawl FC has a slender cushion of 1-0. We'll now dive into a breather and return with the second half.
Substitution for Churchill Brothers. Jersey number 38 replaced by jersey number.
Welcome back, everyone. We are all set for another enthralling 45 minutes of football. As things stand here at the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium in Aizawl, the home side, they are leading by a very slender margin. 1-0 is the cushion that they have. Churchill Brothers, though, they will have some work to do. And now attacking on your frame from the left to the right in their flamboyant red. It is Aizawl FC. Attacking on your frame from the right to the left in their menacing black is Churchill Brothers. Well, we'll have to wait and watch. Was there a substitution? Looked like there was someone who came in. Will quickly confirm the player who made his way to the center. But this half, despite the scoreline, despite the fact that Aizawl has the cushion, this half is everything to play for. Churchill, they have started sniffing out the chances. It's just that they have not really able to finish things off. If they are able to hit the jackpot in terms of finishing, there's no stopping them. Even the table toppers couldn't stop them. It was a 2-all draw, and that too in the table toppers' den. And today Churchill is here in Aizawl, eyeing out whatever points they can log. On the contrary, though, the People's Club, they would be hoping to deny any shards of glory for the mean machines. And to tell you further about me, alongside me in the commentary box is Niladri Sen.
Well, thank you, Rohit. And everything is set for the second half action at the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium in Aizawl. And there are some spectators who are watching this match, and there are so many others who are watching this telecast. And we hope that more goals will be scored in this match and will be treated with some entertaining football. Churchill Brothers will be playing from the right to left of your screen in all black, and Aizawl FC, the host team, will be playing from the left to the right, and they have already scored one. And Lalrin Zawala, the goal machine for Aizawl FC, has scored that only goal in the 29th minute of the match. So that is how the match stands at the moment. Aizawl FC 1, Churchill Brothers 0, and the referee is making sure everything is okay before he blows his whistle for the beginning of the second half. Something somewhere has gone wrong, I believe, which is why the match is just a bit delayed. We hope that things will be sorted out and the match will start. And we hope that we'll be treated with some good, entertaining football. And finally, everything is set, and this is the man who scored the only goal in the first half. And here we go. Aizawl FC straight away in attack from playing from left to right of your screen. Aizawl FC now attacking, possessing, and that is the score on the left-hand corner of your screen. Aizawl FC 1, Churchill Brothers 0. So it's up to Kareem Sam with his first touch, and this is Emmanuel now from the left. Emmanuel, can he get through? No. The idea was good, execution not at all decent. And a quick counter-attack from Aizawl FC. Nipped to the bud itself. Nischal Chandan, the tall man in the central defense, plays it to Sebastian. This is Gogo. And here are the players on the ground for Aizawl FC. 4-3-3 is the formation, as we've shown you at the beginning itself. That's a lovely touch there. As Kareem Sam, can he cross? And he manages to put the ball out, and the last touch was from Abdul Kareem Sam. So no problem whatsoever, and that will be a goal kick, it seems, for Aizawl FC.
Churchill Brothers, they will have to find that equalizer quickly enough. because the further they go into the game is the more pressure they create upon themselves. Just because they have pulled off something miraculous, something incredible against Trinity Deccan doesn't mean that they will be able to pull it off day in, day out, because Aizawl, when they play at home, they are a different beast altogether. The results may not have gone their way, whether they can finally break the jinx. They have not been able to defeat Churchill in the last 6 matches, so whether that jinx will be broken or not, only time shall reveal that. But in order for the Red Machines to keep themselves alive and afloat in this game, and I reckon that goal has to come quickly enough. All the way back to the defense there, Churchill taking their time, sends it forward. A nice bit of run in the center by Emmanuel. Possession barely kept alive, but then now it looks to be under control. Trying to find out a bit of space. That's a lovely delivery there, but slightly overpowered, allowing Aizawl FC to go for that body shield and get a throw in for themselves.
That was Stanley Fernandez with that lovely pass, but finally the ball goes to the red shirts once again as Kim Kima delivers. A wrong touch there once again from the Churchill brothers players. Now this was a clearance, not a very good one. The ball goes over the touchline for a throw-in in favor of Churchill brothers. Can Churchill brothers bounce back? This is Gogo now. The decent ball there. Once again, the red shirts get the ball back, but only till Gogo. In comes the cross there. Emmanuel. Can he possess? No. That is cleared away by Kim Kima. Again, Emmanuel seems to be much more agile, positive after the break. Once again, Emmanuel is playing from the left. Gogo now comes in. He has Lawrence Zawala in front. That was a searching ball, not finding any black shirt though. So the clearance comes and the ball goes to the Churchill brothers half. Once again, it's back to the Aizawl FC players.
Churchill back on the ball. Emmanuel now from the central channel. That's a lovely delivery. Still the chance remains, and an excellent block there from the Aizawl FC defender. A bit of push, a bit of yank there. Not really happy at the moment. Rahul Raju was expecting something to go in his way. But then that was a sensational delivery through that central channel. Could have been all sorts of trouble for the hosts there.
And that was a lovely tackle as well. So all round, good football.
Nora Fernandez, I reckon as the game progresses in the second half, Nora Fernandez is going to have a busier one there. Nishal Chandan heads it to safety. Possessions back at the feet of Churchill brothers, onto the far right, trying to keep that under control. Sends it all the way back to Bilal Khan. Now Bilal Khan with another quick pass. Taking their time there, onto the far left. Does well. Once again, coming in from the left there, Martin Chavez. He's been very effective on that left wing. Keeps his balance despite being knocked and clipped. The possession remains with Martin Chavez. Another cheeky delivery forward. Here they come in all the way from the right. That's another forward delivery. There comes the cross and goes on to rattles the top netting. And it looks like the substitution is being lined up. They are bringing in Lewis Ogana at the moment. We'll have to wait and watch who's the one who will be sacrificed. Possibly it's going to be Kofi Essien, is it? Yes, it is Kofi Essien. That means they are now changing that formation. Instead of making it 4-4-2, they are making it 4-3-3. So they want to add more firepower. This can be a lovely chance. There comes a shot, but that's almost ballooned over the woodwork there.
That was Rahul Raju with that attempt, but misses the target. So those attempts will not help Churchill brothers. But will this change help them? We have to wait and see. There on the right of your screen, Louis Ogana has placed himself. Louis Ogana has already scored for Churchill brothers. And this is a back pass. Louis Ogana has scored as many as 4 goals in this season for Churchill brothers. So maybe the coach will be hoping to see some more goals scored by Ogana. Goal. That was a grounder. No elevation.
Just to give you all a quick update that we have received right now, the change that happened at the halfway mark, that was Lunmelen Haukip has made his way to the center. Lalampuya Silo has stepped out. Now that's another long ball. This is a long chase there. Can they eventually make it? Yes, it has been Churchill who's won the possession back for them just from outside the box. Cross expected. There comes the cross. Slightly overpowered. Martin Chavez, though, will be at the receiving end of it. Gets hold of the ball. And now Rahul Raju next to him. Martin Chavez wanted to go all by himself. Has won a throw-in for his team there. A quick cheeky touch. The throw-in taken in. It looks like it is a foul throw taken, is it? In fact, a free kick has been given. Somebody is down on the ground. The physio is rushing out to the center.
And one of the Aizawl players on the ground, he needs medical attention. So Churchill brothers trying everything to restore parity in this match. They've made a double change. Louis Ogana has come in place of Emmanuel, and Haukip has come in place of Silo. Can the changes change the score line in favor of Churchill brothers? Churchill brothers have played 20 matches so far in the season. They have garnered as many as 24 points. Not very promising. And they have played 10 away matches so far. This is the 11th time that they're playing on the road. And they have won only 2, have drawn 4, have lost 4.
There was another long cross that was floated into the mix there. And now Churchill brothers back on the possession. Another opportunity for them to try and build something from this. They'll take their time, though they are in no rush at the moment. They know that a cushion of 1-0, it is never safe. So the fact that Aizawl FC will try their very best to defend that cushion. If Churchill brothers can be persistent enough, if they have that keen mindset on equalizing, they will get chances. It's just that they need to get a better hold in terms of finishing. Their finishing has been pretty ordinary, to be honest. Now the ball into that central channel now. Trying to build from the left. Aizawl FC back on possession. The kind of football that they were playing in the final few minutes after that goal being scored. I think in the second half, Aizawl hasn't really been that impressive either. But they are trying to keep possession at their feet. Ivan Maric with another ball in the central channel. Plays it all the way back again. Kim Kima. Kim Kima taking his time. Possibly will be steering it to the left. He does that. And all the way back down to Nora Fernandez.
So Aizawl FC are using the pitch quite effectively. They're shifting from the left to right at the moment. This is Chavez, I beg your pardon, Mafela. And the back heel looks spectacular but not effective at all. But still Aizawl FC will get the ball back. Mafela trying to find Biaktika to the left. And in comes across. That's a good cross, and that was another header. Once again, that was Lawrence Ziwala. He's always in the right place, in the right time. But the header just missing the target. And missing it by a whisker. It could easily have been goal number 2 for Aizawl FC. And this is the danger man, Aizawl, for Churchill brothers. They can't keep him unmarked. Once again, another Aizawl FC player goes down. And that's the Serbian Ivan Maric, who's on the ground. Hope his injury is not that serious. So these are the people who have come in to the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium to support the home team. A lovely stadium, Rohit, beautiful tabletop, a good stadium, a very football-friendly city, Aizawl. And we definitely hope some more people, yes, here are the people coming in as the match is progressing. So that will be a huge boost to the confidence of the home team. Home support is what really matters.
Absolutely, goes without saying, home support can make significant difference. And a few moments ago, as Ivan Maric hobbles off to the side of the ground before he steps in, a few moments ago in the frame was one of the most eminent physios who's made a significant name in the echelons of Indian football. Garcia was a part of bigger sides and of course did a phenomenal job in helping those teams winning the championships. Now at the moment he is with Churchill, so of course he will like to create a few ripples in Goa as well. And now Churchill brothers, Martin Chavez controlling the possession out there, trying to find out some way. That's another lovely delivery. Can Churchill latch onto it? Abdul Karim Samb, he was coming closer. Once again it has been snatched back. This can be an opportunity. The ball stays alive. Here's a goal scoring chance, and looks like he's overstretched that delivery. The referee kept the playing on. I reckon there was a bit of handball just outside the box, but given the fact that the possession was at the feet of Churchill, referee said that was the best position to give an advantage.
Yes, advantage was given, advantage was taken, but finally there was no finish. But the decent run was definitely eye-arresting from Stanley Fernandez. Stanley Fernandez can create opportunities and he can score goals himself. And now the referee not happy with some comments from the bench, and is warning the coach over there. We have seen so many yellow cards and red cards even to the coaches and managers, and Rahul Raju doing some spectacular display. This is Ogana with a touch. Ogana just not able to find the back of the net this time around. Aizawl FC still holding on to the possession, and they have edged past Churchill brothers. In comes another cross. Ogana once again not able to get that delicate touch of his, as Aizawl now with a quick breakaway move for Aizawl FC. No, the ball goes over the touchline for a throw-in.
Aizawl FC will have to be slightly more careful, to be honest. They are living life on the edge of a lightning rod is what we can call it, because Churchill brothers, they are amplifying the pressure. Possibly the finishing touch is still missing, but to be honest, the unit is finally coming together. Martin Chavez, he's doing well, and ever since Ogana has come on, he's not really looked dangerous per se, but then truth be told, he is also pulling a few strings hither and yon. Now coming in from the left, cross attempted, denied at the moment by Aizawl FC, trying to figure out a bit of space there. Lalrim Ruata to Rahul Raju. Rahul Raju to Martin Chavez, takes a touch there, wanted to be cheeky, wanted to get it through the legs, but has been denied. And Nishchal Chandan, look at how quickly he recovers ground for himself. That's another forward ball. Wanted to keep that under control there on Ogana, but failed to do so.
So Churchill Brothers, as Rohit was saying, is working as a unit at the moment with Ogana coming in as a replacement of Emmanuel and Martin Chavez moving to his more favorite place, the left, and is always more dangerous operating from that left. As Gogol was almost rushing towards his own goal, Nischal Chandan. Churchill Brothers now finding some space up front, but this time Louis Ogana has been outnumbered. Good defending from Aizawl, and this is Nora Fernandez, yet to be beaten. But the way our Churchill Brothers are playing, well, if they can create more opportunities and if they can maintain that pressure, well, they can surely come back in the match and score that all-important equalizer. So Aizawl need to be more careful in the defense, and at the same time they can't go inside that defensive shell. They also need to keep the Churchill Brothers defenders busy with those sporadic runs or those counter-attacks, and they're capable of doing that as Ralte gets the ball. That was a missed chance, a missed opportunity. He has to be more focused on those two people up front. Some Martin Chavez and now Louis Ogana. At the moment, Nora Fernandez will take his time, and why not? His team is leading, but not by a big margin. It's a slender margin of a solitary goal.
A couple of names still on the Churchill bench that can actually turn the complexion of the game. One of them will of course be Trijoy Savio Diaz. He's someone who's a very wily customer. He can be difficult to spot on his runs. Another name would certainly be Owen Kouakou. We'll have to wait and watch. Does Frances Caruncho gets him on in place of Abdul Karim Sam, who has been pretty silent, to be honest. Here's another long throw. Look at the run-up of Nischal Chandan. Possibly a longer throw this time from the last one. Sent into the box. Has been denied. But Churchill has the possession. There comes a cross, and that has been, I wouldn't say just overpowered. That has been overwhelmingly overpowered there. A quick acknowledgement of the fact that that has been an ill-orchestrated attempt, allowing Nora Fernandez for the goal kick.
This was in fact a sixth shot from Churchill Brothers, and Aizawl FC players have taken 3. But they have done what really matters in football. They have scored the all-important goal, and who else than Lalrin Zuala has been the goal scorer once again for Aizawl FC. A prolific scorer as he is. He's spearheading the attack of Aizawl FC. At the moment, once again, it's the man, Lalrin Zuala, who was talking about. And that was not the best of crosses. And the ball has been won by Churchill Brothers, only to be lost again to Aizawl FC.
Aizawl now on the prowl there. Look, fancying a shooting chance. Eventually goes forward with that shot, and it looks like Bilal Khan. He's denied the shot there. Initially felt like that shot has gone out, but no, Bilal Khan's late touch forcing a corner. It could have been trouble in paradise, further trouble in paradise for the Red Machines. Another opportunity though for the hosts now as they bag their second corner of the evening.
So that was almost a similar attempt. The first one did find the back of the net, and Ramsanga now will be swinging it in. In comes the cross from Ramsanga. There was a header there. Again, that was none other than Lalrin Zuala with that attempt. He's a key man in the attacking third for Aizawl FC at the moment. Martin Chavez now, one-on-one Just not able to go through. Well defended once again by Aizawl FC. Tarpuya now for Aizawl. Controls. Finds Mofela. This is Ramsanga. Changes flank. Goes to the left. Danmawaya. Back to Danmawaya. No foul, says the referee. There was a tackle from behind though. And once again, the shot finding only the keeper of Aizawl FC.
Aizawl on the prowl, now through that central channel of theirs. They have a bit of space there on the right, well intercepted. Pass could have been better, but then it didn't really go as far as they would have wanted. And now Churchill gets hold of possession. And slowly and steadily, once again, trying to find something. Abdul Karim Sam now shifting towards that left flank, but Ivan Maric, he won't be beaten. And it looks like Abdul Karim Sam has got his team a corner there. Ivan Maric, he's not happy at all by the decision. We'll have to wait and watch. And the corner quickly taken, floated into the mix. A bit of pressure there for Nora Fernandez. There comes the cross, another opportunity, and that has somehow missed the net. Nishchal Chandan had the opportunity, had the chance of butting it 6 feet under, and somehow he's headed it wide from point blank range.
Well, everything was in place for Churchill brothers, and Nishchal Chandan getting that third zone, and that is almost a blind spot for the defenders. When someone comes in, races into through the third zone and gets the ball, most of the times the third zone is kept unmarked, and Nishchal Chandan was unmarked. He had everything under his control, just can't find the target on that occasion. It could easily have been a goal. Had he found the target, the entire defense was caught napping. But Nishchal Chandan does not score, and the score still remains Aizawl FC 1, Churchill Brothers 0. Can Churchill Brothers score that all-important equalizer? They've done it before. They've done it in the match against Trinity Deccan. Can they do it here in Aizawl at the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium? At the moment though, they need to defend. It's Aizawl with another attack. Tarpuya. The ball doesn't reach Tarpuya this time though. Bilal Khan controls, and now Churchill Brothers will be getting into attack through Sebastian.
Another long ball sent forward, defended well enough. Churchill Brothers back with the possession. A lovely pass. And now a chip forward. That won't bother Nora Fernandez. I think at the moment Aizawl will have to keep in mind what Churchill Brothers did in their last game. And they were down by 2 goals. Here they are down by just that 1 goal at the moment. So for Churchill Brothers, that cushion. Oh, this is the chance for Aizawl FC, almost. But a thumping clearance there. A critical intervention has forced Lalrin Zuwala out of possession. Once again, look at how wonderfully Lalrim Ruata kept his eyes on the ball, kept his eyes on Lalrin Zuwala from scoring. It was an easy opportunity. This is what happens when you start committing numbers forward. Chinks start appearing in your rear guard, and Aizawl did well actually to start pressurizing on the Chinks.
So once again it's Ramsanga, and once again that will be another in-swinger, and comes the cross. And somehow Bilal Khan gets his hand to it. Once again another cross comes from the other direction. Nishchal Chandan makes sure it is cleared. Rahul Raju, he will win a free kick, as there seems to have been a handball there. Rahul Raju now finds Stanley Fernandez. Can Churchill Brothers make something happen from this move? Nishchal. Ralte from the left. Nishchal. Back to Ralte. He loses out. This can be dangerous. Lalrin Zuwala passes it square. Now Aizawl FC have numbers up front. That was a good cross, very well defended though by Sebastian, or rather it was Ralte. Lalrem Zuata is his full name. And another corner, is it? Yes, another corner for Aizawl FC. So,
Lalrem Ruata, 2 back-to-back crucial interventions. A few moments ago, the way he denied Lalrem Zuala. There comes the corner opportunity. Not really the best of clearances. Can be a goal-scoring chance. Point-blank range converted, and the flag has stayed down. Aizawl FC has surged 2-0 up ahead, and it looks like it's Laltan Kuma who's found the back of the net. The celebrations tells you volumes about this move. Churchill brothers, while they were trying to score that equalizer, now they find themselves 2-0 back, and they will have to climb a mountain. And that's a goal, that's a typical example of clinical poaching from point blank range. Had the opportunity, buried it 6 feet under.
so have a look at that again. And that was Ramsanga with that beautiful pass, defense splitting. There were as many as 4 defenders, none getting the foot, and that was ultimately too easy for Chingza. He scores his the second goal for his team. In comes a shot from Stanley Fernandez. The ball spilling out, but Martin Chavez not able to reach there in time. So action end to end, but the scorecard reads Aizawl FC 2, Churchill Brothers 0. Mofela. Can Churchill Brothers come back? Another challenge for Churchill Brothers. They have done it in the last match though. Remember, they were 0-2 down till the 82nd minute. And then came Stanley Fernandez with the first goal. And then Gogo scored another one in the penultimate minute of regulation time. So will there be an action replay today? Rohit, what's your take on that?
Well, in football you can never write anything off because this game, it is so unpredictable. Till the time the final whistle blows, anything can happen. Here's Rahul Raju from the left, fails to keep the ball under control. And yes, you were talking about Stanley Teotonio Fernandez. He's already taking a couple of shots, trying to probe, trying to warm the gloves of the Aizawl FC goalkeeper Nora Fernandez. But again, Nora Fernandez is an experienced contender. In order to breach that wall, he will have to be a lot more cautious. He will have to come closer, find those gaps, and instead of just going for power, possibly being technically brilliant. But yes, if you would ask me that are we in for a highlights reel of the last match, I would say anything is possible in football. At the moment, though, Aizawl has the possession. Now they try and come forward, knocking on the doors. Churchill Brothers, I think at the moment, they are not really looking to sit back and defend. 53% ball possession for Aizawl FC, 47 for Churchill Brothers. And now that gap is opening up. With the second goal, I reckon that Churchill will be a lot more aggressive. Churchill will be having their feet on the pedal. But how is Aizawl FC going to withstand, going to weather this upcoming storm? Only time shall reveal it all.
Well, yeah, they have weathered the storm effectively by not getting into that defensive shell. And had they been very defensive, ultra defensive, Churchill Brothers could have pounced on them, but they have come back in attack, and they have increased numbers in the attacking front. So they have never gone down in defending only. So the first card of the match on the 76th minute. Abdul Karim Sam is the man who has been shown the yellow. And hopefully the injury is not that serious. But then Aizawl FC players will also be going down frequently as their team is up by a couple of goals. So they will also try to consumed some time, some very important minutes. So there's a confirmation. Abdul Karim Sam, the Senegalese, has been shown a yellow. So a lot of women and children enjoying proceedings here. Well, that's a very good picture of Indian football.
Absolutely. Goes without a saying. And most importantly, we saw that the stands weren't filled. The stands didn't have these many numbers when the game started, but the numbers have started pouring in. A quick word there. It looks like the Aizawl FC coach isn't particularly happy. Free kick in favor of Churchill brothers. And it has been launched into the box there. Defended. Danger's not over though. Churchill keeps on knocking. Now it's danger time for Churchill brothers. The numerical superiority lies with Aizawl FC. This can be a fine run, a goal-scoring opportunity. Shot taken. And the entire goal gaping. Somehow Aizawl FC fails to capitalize. That was a brilliant run. Lalbiak Tika went a bit too square there and couldn't really get the ball into the back of the net.
Well, I thought Tarpuya could have tried to score himself. Just released the ball and went for his colleagues on the left, and well, there were as many as 2 players, but none of them were able to find the back of the net. Could have been the be-all and end-all of the match with that third goal, and Aizawl could easily have sealed the match, as there has been a change. Trijoy comes in place of Gogo.
A 3-4-3 formation right now for the visitors. Goes without a saying, they are trailing by a couple of goals. They have the capability, they have the firepower to change the complexion, and it looks like they are insisting on exhausting it. And now from the left, an opportunity for Churchill is brewing. Slowly and steadily though. Lalrem Ruata sends the cross into the box. Could have been a sensational goal if Ogana could have latched onto it. Ogana had pressure on him. It was a decent bit of defending, to be honest, from Kim Kima once again. And Ogana, in fact, got a touch of the ball, yes, but couldn't really turn, couldn't really unload the shot that could have given away the signs of danger.
So nothing changes in terms of the scorecard, and Aizawl FC is still ahead by a couple of goals, and they only have 11 minutes to play and soak in the pressure. Not only are they soaking in the pressure quite effectively, but they're also attacking, and another attack from the left, very well defended though. And now Churchill brothers in attack as Stanley Fernandez finds Chavez. Martin Chavez from the left is cutting in. Will he take a shot himself? Very weak, easily blocked there. And now Aizawl FC trying to get in a counter-attack. Rahul Raju intercepts. Will he take a shot himself? It goes to the right. Will a cross come in? And that was a good tackle, but that will be a free kick. I beg your pardon, a corner kick. And the Aizawl FC player is not happy with the decision. But a corner has been awarded to Churchill brothers. A chance from the set piece to at least
taken quickly there on the ground. There comes the cross. I reckon it's slightly overpowered. Nishal Chandan, he couldn't have made it, and that is exactly what he's seeing. Maybe a bit more towards the mix. And Nora Fernandez goes down again. As you were talking, Niladri, as you were pointing out, we will see the Aizawl FC players go down a lot more frequently. If things remain as it is at the moment, Aizawl FC will be ending a 7-match jinx. Rather a 6-match jinx. In the last 6 matches, they have failed to defeat Churchill brothers. The physio once again steps out into the field there just to ensure the fact that Nora Fernandez is all hunky-dory at the moment. He's gone down twice before. Ivan Maric obviously circling around him. Martin Chavez Just pointing out to the referee, maybe all these minutes, all these crucial seconds should be added on because they're missing out on them. 9 minutes of regulation time remaining before we head into the additional minutes which will be awarded. Goal kick now at the moment for Aizawl FC.
Well, Aizawl FC did not win a single match in this season in the last 10 outings. The last time they won was against Shillong Lajong. That was a 3-0 victory. Lalunzuala, Tarpuya and Zuhail Liana were the scorers. But after that, they started losing and they got points only when they drew matches. At the moment, they are defending well once again. Well defended by Kim Kima. Some pressure from Ogana. The ball has been cleared. Aizawl FC drew against Gokulam Kerala 1-1. They drew against Inter Kashi as well. And then they went on to draw in the match against Mohammedan Sporting. At the moment, a back pass from Ogana. This is Ogana now with a searching shot, and Kim Kima just did not realize that the goalkeeper was almost having control of the ball. He just took no risk, and hasty clearance will award a corner to Churchill brothers. And in comes a cross. The keeper does well. But another shot. Once again, well blocked by the Aizawl defenders. Push from behind. That will be a free kick in favor of Churchill brothers.
Churchill brothers, they are certainly trying their very best, goes without saying. But will they find the back of the net? Oh, that's a lovely chance. Martin Chavez, no pressure. And he somehow skied that one as the ball sailed over the woodwork. He won't get a better opportunity than that. That was a gilt-edged chance for Churchill brothers to get that first goal in. Look at how it eludes everyone. Martin Chavez had an entire universe ahead of him. All he needed to do was just place that. And somehow he overpowers that.
Well, Rohit, that was what I was saying. This is the third zone, and more often than not, it's a blind zone for the defenders. Everything happens behind them, and if anybody can get the ball over there, he can definitely score. And we found Nishchal Chandan getting a free header, not finding the back of the net, and this time Chavez making a mess with that opportunity. He did well to control the ball, but then that shot was poor. Meanwhile, a yellow card has been shown to Nora Fernandez for wasting time. Aizawl FC now attack, and this time the ball has been intercepted only at the cost of a corner. So Aizawl FC now will be getting a corner. Can they score the third goal as Biakdika positions himself, and he will be swinging it in. Biakdika. Now this is how the corner was awarded, and in fact that's another goal. You've just missed it because of the replay. The third goal has been scored by Aizawl FC. We'll see that. In comes the corner and a header, and that's a goal. So it's a second goal for Chinza, the third goal for Aizawl FC. Look at Chinza going forward and heading the ball to perfection, and the ball deflecting from the post. Look at that from another angle.
Brilliant finish, keeping his eyes on the ball, and it looks like there wasn't any defender of Churchill brothers trying to stop him. And with that goal, Aizawl FC has certainly hammered that final nail on the coffin. However, Churchill brothers, they will keep on looking for that goal if possible. Another long ball. Two Churchill brothers attackers now on the ball. Here comes Abdul Karim Samb in the box. Does well to keep the possession alive. Rahul Raju wanted to go forward. Martin Chavez was lurking behind the defenders. This is what happens when you start committing too many numbers to the cause of scoring. You've got to keep the belly of the beast alive. You've got to keep it well bolstered, well defended. But when you're exposing that way too much, dangers like this will always come up against you. Here's a chance for Aizawl FC. Here's a chance for them to find that fourth goal, possibly, and make it a much more convincing. Here comes the cross, point blank range. Hammered against Bilal Khan. Danger's not over though. Eventually Nishal Chandan clears the danger lines.
Well, the defense of the Churchill brothers team seems to be all over the place. Look at that, another opportunity, another goal. It's number 4. And who else than Lalrin Zuala? He scores his second. And number 4 for his team. It's 4-0 for Aizawl FC against Churchill brothers. Can you believe it? This will surely be the biggest margin of victory for Aizawl FC against Churchill brothers. They scored 3 goals. Once that was the first encounter way back in 2017. But they haven't scored 4 goals against Churchill so far. Look at that. And it was quite easy there in the end. And as I was saying, Rohit, the defense of Churchill brothers is all over the place. So another goal, 4-0. Only once Churchill brothers scored 4 goals against Aizawl FC. 4-1 was the score. But never did either of these teams score a victory with a margin of 4 goals. So history is on the making for Aizawl FC.
Absolutely. I mean, the kind of well, this can be a chance for Churchill brothers, and somehow he's failed to connect that. Nora Fernandez, you've got to give him plaudits. He's had a busy day under the sticks, but every single time he has been summoned into action, he stepped up with flying colors. And yes, talking about the defense of Churchill brothers, I would say that it has kind of disintegrated into smithereens altogether. There hasn't been any defensive resistance in the last few minutes. Every time Aizawl has came knocking on the doors, either it has been their profligacy, either it has been those missed chances that had came to the deliverance of Churchill brothers. But those last 2, I think there was nothing that the defense could have done. And also Bilal Khan, you've got a feel for him standing under the sticks in place of Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary, conceding 4 goals. I think he will certainly be under the radar when the post-mortem of the match is being done in the dugout of Churchill brothers.
But these men will not mind at all. So that is Phil Kim on the screen. And Aizawl FC players once again on the ground. They don't need to be wasting time. They have a cushion of 4 goals. Well, the spectators are being treated with a goal feast, and they will be happy while going back home from the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium. They perhaps did not expect their team to do so well, score as many as 4 goals. This is the 4th one. Lovely placement, and the keeper absolutely had nothing to do. So Lalrin Zuala scoring 2 goals, 6 more minutes to be played in this encounter. And this happens to be the 11th match of I-League. Well, if you're wondering how the 11th match is played now, well, this was the match which was postponed. This was to be the 2nd match of both these teams, but then this match was postponed, and now this match is played. Now, 3 changes for Aizawl FC. The coach can give chance to the reserve bench now.
Well, at the moment, it looks like another change is jersey number 8, TK Chinza. He scored a couple of goals and he has been taken off. Sahil has been introduced into the mix. Can Aizawl FC find a 5th here? That's the question. Churchill brothers, though, they will like to get a consolation strike. They certainly were in the game till that 80th minute before the Aizawl FC struck a double whammy in very quick succession that kind of obliterated all sorts of resistance. And Aizawl FC comes knocking on the doors once again. This can be another chance. Bilal Khan is somehow stayed back in his line. There comes the cross from the right, goal scoring opportunity. This time Nischal Chandan remains burly enough, denying Aizawl FC a free shy at goal.
That was Taupuya with that lovely cross, and Lawrence Ziwala somehow not managing to get the ball first. Nischal Chandan doing well this time, and another shot, or attempted shot there. And that was the player who came in, Kima. 3 changes have been made as Rahul Raju controls and wins a free kick for his team. Can Churchill brothers score at least a consolation goal? Time is running out. We are already in added time. 4 minutes left. 4th foul from Ramsanga.
Free kick lined up into the box there. However, Churchill brothers still doesn't find anything categorical enough to make Aizawl FC sweat. Francesco Caruncho, of course, he'll have to make a few changes to his side. He will need to take a closer look while he watches the game. And once again, Nischal Chandan was almost there, but the flag's gone up. So even if he would have found the back of the net, it would not have counted. And he's talking about, well, when we started this game, we said that Aizawl FC will have to win by at least a 2-goal cushion in order to leapfrog Churchill brothers. Guess what? Aizawl has doubled that up. They are winning right now by a 4-goal cushion, and they are certainly going to leapfrog Churchill brothers and slot themselves into the 9th position. Of course, definitely not a promising finish, but then they can build momentum from here. They can take it to the next season as well. That was well done there to keep the ball under control. Can Aizawl, in fact, Aizawl has been dispossessed. Throw in favor of the visitors. It looks like the referee has halted play once again. A bit of flared tempers there, and I think at the moment it doesn't really matter, because even if you drag the player out, that crucial 1 minute that you will gain, even if you gain a minute there, I don't think a margin of 4-0 is going to be plugged in. That's an overwhelming difference between the two sides right now.
Yes, and the first time that Aizawl FC have scored 4 goals against Churchill brothers in the 13 matches that they played. 12 were played in the I-League and 1 in Federation Cup group stage. Raju, all by himself, finds the referee though, and the referee blows the whistle. He will restart with a drop. 2 more changes, 27 and 19. Rempuya comes in, and so does Joseph.
Substitution for Aizawl FC.
Martin Chavez is not happy. He's continuing his argument. He needs to be cautious because the last time Aizawl FC played Churchill brothers, Martin Chavez was shown a red card. That was almost a year back, 4th of March 2023. Martin Chavez this time finds Zagana. Should it be a goal? No. A clearance comes in. So Biakdika has been replaced by Joseph.
Churchill still trying desperately. At least once if they can find the back of the net. Martin Chavez is going to float in that corner now. Dan Moia has gone out. Rempuya has made his way to the center. It looks like at the moment Aizawl FC taking their time. That's the 5th corner for Churchill brothers. Well, they have got more shots than Aizawl FC. They've got same corners as Aizawl FC, but the scoreline is completely different, and this is a stark contrast rather. And here comes Churchill brothers. Martin Chavez, a bit of push there from the back, and a free kick going in Churchill brothers' favor. Martin Chavez just taking his time. He knows that there isn't going to be much of a difference right now. He'll try and launch the ball into the mix. And it comes, goal scoring opportunity. And somehow there were two tall players, Ogana and Abdul Karim Sams. And Nora Fernandez, he's outleaped them to perfection.
So time is almost up, and Aizawl FC will be celebrating this victory. A yellow card has been shown. Frustration for the Churchill brothers players. Trijoy has been shown a yellow. A substitute. In comes the cross. Punched away by the keeper. Aizawl FC goes for number 5. Will it be number 5 here? The ball still with the red shirt. And this is Sahil.
One significant difference between the two sides in terms of strength. Oh, that's a lovely cross. Could have been the danger bells ringing once again. Danger's not over though. Here comes another cross, another opportunity. Nishal Chandan does well to keep it away. And yes, one significant difference between the strength of the two sides. Just that one foreigner in the Aizawl FC side, and that has done them the trick here. They have outplayed, outclassed, outgunned and outmaneuvered Churchill brothers by a staggering 4-0 cushion. Now that's a job very well done. That's a job outperformed altogether. Churchill brothers coming into the den of Aizawl FC will return empty-handed. They failed to pull off something of a heroic that they did against Yashwini Deccan. They fought, yes, they fought hard, but that wasn't enough to salvage them this game.
As far as Aizawl FC are concerned, they have come to winning ways after 10 matches in this season. And they have won against Churchill brothers after 4 years. They have won against Churchill brothers last in 2019 in this very month of March, 9th March 2019. Aizawl FC defeated Churchill brothers 2-1. But since then, they played as many as 6 matches, never won against Churchill brothers. But this has been a different story. 4-0 in favor of Aizawl FC. What a scoreline. 54% possession in favor of Aizawl. 10 shots, 11 for Churchill brothers. Shots on target 8-3. That's the difference. Fouls 13-6. Yellow cards 1-2. Corners 5-5. It's all square there, but look at the scoreboard on top of the screen. It's 4 in favor of Aizawl FC, 0 for Churchill brothers. The first time such a huge difference, such a huge margin in the match played between Aizawl FC and Churchill brothers. So these are the shots from Aizawl FC, as many as 10, and there were as many as 4 red spots. No red spot here. 11 shots from Churchill brothers, but not a single one finding the back of the net.
Yeah, they tried, as I said. Martin Chavez, he will be possibly very, very dejected. He had the best chance for Churchill brothers. 13 fouls. This has also been a pretty physical game. We have seen a lot of stoppages. Ramsanga with 4 of them, Biaktika with a couple of them, Don Moia with a couple of them. Felkima, Ivan and Joseph had 1 foul each. Talking about Churchill brothers, they were also pretty physical. They were also pretty feisty, to be honest. 6 fouls. Essien with 2 of them. Martin Chavez with a couple of them. Abdul Karim Sam with 1 of them. Rahul Raju with 1 of them. Well, they failed to score, yes, but they certainly were knocking on the doors over and over again. And as things stand, it looks like Aizawl has now slotted into the 9th position. Churchill has dropped to the 10th position there. And they have a game in hand so that they can create that difference between them and Namdhari Club, their closest pursuer. But they have to be careful also about Naroka FC with 2 games in hand. But nonetheless, they have that difference in place. And just to now give you a glimpse, we'll try and show you the highlights of how this incredible encounter has unfurled in this picturesque Rajiv Gandhi Stadium. Under the glistening lights, this game showed why Aizawl FC can never be written off. It also exposed the chinks in the armor of Churchill brothers. They will have to do better than what they were able to do, at least on this occasion.
Yes, what a win, what an emphatic win for Churchill brothers. I beg your pardon, for Aizawl FC. Oh, what an error from my part. Emphatic win for Aizawl FC. And a rather humiliating defeat for Churchill brothers. So these are the highlights. And there was a few opportunities. Aizawl with that cross. And that was an opportunity. Then Ramsanga took a few shots. This was a good shot, and that was well saved by the keeper. Diving to his left, Bilal. And this was Nishchal Chandan's header. Should have done better with that. That was Ralti with a lovely clearance. Aizawl would have scored from there as well. And another save from Ralti. So this is one of the goals, Ramsanga with that pass, and that was so easy for Chinza. He scored goal number 2, and then came, look at that once again. That was too easy there for Chinza, who scored a couple of goals today. That is Tarpuya with that cross. Could have been a goal. That was a real mess. Unbelievable, isn't it, Rohit?
Absolutely. I mean, almost the entire goalkeeping. And then this Ogana, if he could have just received the ball and then turned around, it would have been a completely different complexion. Then Martin Chavez, another unforgivable miss, to be honest. Had so much time. And then came that 4th goal, once again from the corner, wonderfully placed. And that finish, that's of top class. That positioning, that was out of the world. And of course the celebrations, they were very, very well deserved. Look at how beautifully he just placed it at the far post. Bilal Khan, it's pretty surprising to see he was manning that first post and didn't have the foggiest of ideas about where the ball was. Only remained an immobile mannequin altogether as the ball floated into the back of the net. Could have done better at least. And then Aizawl, they kept on knocking on the doors over and over again before the referee put Churchill brothers out of their misery. Well, of course, for Churchill brothers, a lot desires to be done. A lot, in fact, will have to be taken care of. And that was the 4th goal. So easy for them. No real opportunity for the defense. Look at how the defense, they had massive gaps altogether. Nishchal Chandan stepped an inch forward, hoping to possibly intercept that one, but what he eventually forgot was there was a massive gap opening up, and that gap would turn into a void of damnation as the ball floated into the back of the net. Terrific match. Another chance was again knocking on the doors, but Nishchal Chandan this time himself dropped back. And another close opportunity for Nishchal Chandan, even though the flag went up. Chances didn't really dry up, to be honest, for Churchill. They kept on knocking on the doors, but eventually it was Aizawl FC who managed to finish off, who managed to end a 6-match streak of not able to defeat Churchill brothers. Now they can sleep tonight happy. They can sleep tonight with a few celebrations in their camp. And the final result of the game is Aizawl FC 4, Churchill brothers 0. And it is wonderful bringing this game to you. This will be your commentators Rohit and Niladri signing off for tonight.